Hey, set your mind right now. Nothing before this matters. We came here with everything still on the line. Everything you wanted in the offseason is still out in front of us. What would you give for that moment right now? Let's go, man.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex. I am back with another video for you guys. In this video, guys, I'm going to be talking about two NFL analysts who they both agree that the Las Vegas Raiders, they have us being last in the AFC West. I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions on this. Before I start on that though, anybody that's new to the channel and you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, let's jump right into it. Now, as I said, there are multiple NFL analysts who have the Las Vegas Raiders being last in the AFC West, being the odd man out in this division and not making the playoffs. Look, one of them, I'm not surprised at all. That is Nick Wright from FS1. That guy is a traditional Raider hater. He loves the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not super shocked to see that he had us, being last in the division. He has us being 6-11. Pretty funny to me because we were 10-7 last year, and I think this team improved in many different facets. And he has us, being 4 games worse this year. I don't really see that happening. While the other NFL analyst is another guy from FS1, Colin Cowherd. He has us being last in the division as well. I was a little bit more surprised with him just because, he's not a Raider hater or anything like that. But, at the same time, I also will say that this guy, he definitely flip-flops a whole lot, it seems like. So right now he'll say that we're going to be last place, but right before the start of the season, he might have us being, the AFC West division winners. So you don't really know with him. But throughout the past, he has, spoken highly of Derek Carr. And overall, he supported our quarterback. But when it comes to him, for me, what was most surprising is that he has the Denver Broncos being first place of the AFC West, which I don't see that happening. Like, look, I was the guy saying that, with Denver getting Russell Wilson, that's bad news for us. They're going to be a much more competitive team, which I think they will be. But I still don't think it's going to be enough, for them to for us to just lock it in and say they're going to win the division. They're going to make up the playoffs. A lot of people, it seems like just because Russell Wilson got there, this is going to be the Peyton Manning to the Broncos 2.0 sort of thing. They're going to be super competitive, consistent Super Bowl contender. I think with Denver, they definitely upgraded at the quarterback position, but they didn't add a whole lot else besides Russell Wilson. He's going to need a little bit more help in order for them to compete for a Super Bowl. Also, another thing with the Denver Broncos that I feel like a lot of people aren't really taking into consideration is, the past couple years they've had a top tier defense, and I think a huge part of that was due to Vic Fangio being the coach on their team. And with him not being a coach on the Denver Broncos anymore, I think the Broncos defense will take a small step back. So yeah, their offense got a little bit better, but I don't think their defense will be as dominant as it has been throughout the past couple years. So yeah, for a lot of the NFL media thinking that we're going to be that bad, we're going to be at the bottom of this division, I think it's pretty laughable. It just shows that a vast majority of the NFL does not really have a whole lot of respect for this team. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm also not going to say that I think the Raiders are the favorites to win the AFC West, because, if I had to go that route, I think if I had to give a favorite right now, I still got to lean towards Kansas City just because they are the reigning champs in this division. They're the champs until you beat them out of that AFC West. But honestly, I would not be shocked if this is the year where they finally do not win the AFC West. I think with them trading away Tyreek Hill, I think eventually at some point in that season, they are going to miss Tyreek Hill. They're just going to miss that explosive playmaker that he was. Sure, they got some nice offensive wide receivers and Sky Moore and Justin Ross, but come on. Those two alone will not be able to fill the void of a superstar, one of the most dynamic wide receivers, I would say, in the last 10 years. In Tyreek Hill. Not only that, their defense wasn't even all that great last year, and they lost some key pieces like Tyrann Mathieu. So yeah, I'll give Kansas City a slight edge at the moment. Like I said, they're the reigning champs, but do not be shocked if this is the year where they do not win the AFC West. So those are my thoughts and opinions on the Chargers and Kansas City. Honestly, the one team that I feel like I respect the most at the moment is the LA Chargers. I feel like the LA Chargers are a team that, look, on paper, they have a really solid ass roster. Not gonna lie, you look at the defensive side of the football, they got Derwin James. They just signed JC Jackson. On that defensive line, they got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. But one thing I will say is Joey Bosa, he's a talented edge rusher in this league. But can he stay healthy throughout the season? That's a question mark. Also, Khalil Mack, he's a great player. We understand that, but he's getting up there in age. He's not the same Khalil Mack he once was. And on offense, they do have quite a bit of talent. They got Justin Herbert, who's a really dynamic quarterback in this league. Young quarterback with still some development to grow in his game. They got Keenan Allen, they got Mike Williams, they got Austin Eckler. Like I said, on paper, the LA Chargers are a very strong team. But if there's one thing we can say about the LA Chargers is it seems like almost always they in the past they've always had some really solid ass rosters like they do now, and somehow some way they ended up choking in the end. But at the moment, I'm actually kind of leaning towards either the LA Chargers or the Raiders, battling out between the winner of the AFC West. With this division, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be competitive as hell. I think this division could really be a scenario where, there's a maybe a three-way tie for the first place, and it's just, the winner just goes to certain tiebreakers. But yeah, Raider Nation, I think this shows that, a vast majority of the traditional NFL media, the quote-unquote analysts, a lot of them still do not have a lot of respect for this team, even though I think we definitely improved in a lot of different facets on this team. Like, for example, we have an upgrade on the offensive play calling with Josh McDaniels. We have an upgrade at the defensive coordinator position over cover 3 Gus Bradley, who really never changed his defense whatsoever. We have one of the best edge rushing duos with Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. And hey, we got wide receiver in all of football. True number 1 wide receiver, which is something that Derek Carr hasn't had in his whole career. So like I said, overall, I think this team got a lot better. But as I said, we are still not seeing the respect that we have for this team from traditional NFL media. But with all this being said, the Las Vegas Raiders, we are for sure going to make the playoffs, guys. Look, are we going to win the division? I'm not sure about that. It's going to be a tough division, but somehow, some way, we will be in the division. I have us winning right about 11 games, so that should be plenty enough wins to make the playoffs this year. But honestly, I prefer that the analysts keep thinking that we're going to be last in the division, that we have no chance in hell to make the playoffs, because I feel that the Raiders usually tend to play better when we're the underdog, when people are doubting us. So I hope they keep that same energy for next season. But yeah, Raider Nation, those are my thoughts and opinions on Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright thinking that we're going to be last place in the division. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. That being said, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Anybody that is new to the channel and you guys love Raiders related content like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.